Hey guys and gals, today we are going to do an overview and a comparison of the Ohio bar and the Ohio Power Bar. As similar as they are also quite different in several important ways. So the Ohio bar only comes in a 20 kilogram version, 44 pounds, whereas the Ohio Power Bar you can get in 20 kilograms or 45 pounds. Possibly the largest difference is the difference in knurling. The Ohio bar has a very passive knurling, whereas the Ohio Power Bar has a much more aggressive, but not overly aggressive, volcanic knurling pattern, which is, think of the shape of a volcano, but the top is flat. So that's supposed to give you more surface area to grip to. And that did matter to me. That's actually why I bought the Ohio Power Bar. When I would deadlift with the Ohio bar, when I got into the high 300s, the bar would roll a little bit, and that might be my fault. But with my hook grip, it would roll a little bit and it would chew away at the inside of my thumb a little bit. So I decided to change and get the Ohio Power Bar. I don't have that issue, though I will say when I get into the mid 400s, this thing does pull into my thumb quite a bit. But again, that's, I don't think, the bar's issue. Some of that's mental. Because I was deadlifting with this so long, I always wonder if I'm going to tear that part of my thumb again. So I take some of those burdens with me to the Ohio Power Bar. And if I hadn't pointed out already, I meant to, the Power Bar does have that center knurling, whereas the Ohio Bar does not. They both come with the same lifetime warranty from Rogue. That is based on manufacturing defects and wear and tear over the normal course of the bar. If you're dropping it from 8 feet all of the time, an Olympic lift, that's not going to be covered in that type of warranty, but it is nice to have that lifetime warranty. They are both USA made in Ohio. Who would have thought with a name like Ohio Power Bar and Ohio Bar? And they're sourced from US steel. So to me that's important because when I buy a product this quality from the United States with US steel or US sourced materials, I know that the numbers, the specs that they're giving me are accurate. And what I mean by that is if you get a bar that is made somewhere else, the materials are coming from somewhere else, they don't always have those American standards. You're not sure that if they tell you it's 190K tensile strength, are you getting that tensile strength or other standards just maybe a little bit lower? So anyway, that's an important point to me. I like that American product. So on the tensile strength, I believe I've said this is 190K, which is the same tensile strength as the Ohio deadlift bar. Really, we should probably start thinking about different names. So you're going to be able to bend and pull this thing without actually bending it. This is the standard. Now, the Ohio Power Bar is 200K tensile strength if you have stainless steel like this one, or 205K if you don't have stainless steel. That's just going to give you a stiffer bar for those lifts that you don't want it to whip or bend. Probably not a problem for most of us, but for some guys, that is an issue. If you want a stiffer bar, this is going to be the one. It's also a little bit stiffer because this diameter is 28.5 millimeters and this is 29 millimeters. So you have a thicker diameter and you have the higher tensile strength, you're getting a stiffer bar. Will you notice that half a millimeter? I would say probably most people would not, but I do notice it, or at least in my head I do. I debate as I grip this in those higher deadlift ranges if I'm really hooking my thumb enough, right? Is it affecting my grip? So I've come to the point where I've started debating getting the deadlift bar because that's 27 millimeters, which is 2 millimeters difference, is significantly smaller. They have the same bearings, or same bushings. These are self-oiling bushings. Other differences, you're going to have the dual knurling marks for power lifters and Olympic lifters on the Ohio bar, but the Ohio Power Bar is only going to have those powerlifting knurling marks. Now, we can also talk about coatings. I think in here I've covered almost all the coatings. This is a black zinc coating with bright zinc sleeves. So in the level of coatings, on your least corrosive resistance we bare steel. So if you wanted that natural grip, the best feel you can get, you would get a bare steel, realizing that the con of that would be that it's going to rust a lot quicker. It's going to corrode quicker. Now, like with any of these bars, you're going to need to maintain them, but with a bare steel bar, which I do not have right here, you would have to maintain that a lot better because you're going to get that patina. You're going to eventually get rust if you don't. Now black zinc is a step up from that. It will wear away. This bar is about 6 months old. And where I put my traps, I've worn away a little bit of that, coating from when I squat. And that's not a high area where we're rubbing, right? That's not a lift where I'm really whipping that bar around. It's not moving at all. So that coating will wear away, as any of these will. It's just something to keep in mind. And with the bright zinc, and it could just be my plates, it could be my head, I wonder if after 6 months and being used so often, if I'm starting to get that surface rust the tiniest bit. I think probably it's just me slipping the plates on and off and paint and stuff scuffing onto here, and I clean it, but it you know, does mar a little bit. So it is holding up very well, but it is something you have to worry about. A step up from here would be the E-coat. That's one of their newer coatings. Supposed to be a little more durable and more corrosive resistant. Now if you go to the Rogue website and you check out any of these bars and you scroll down, they'll have a little graph showing you as they go which is better. Now from there you can get the Cerakote. So Cerakote is the same stuff they shoot onto guns and other equipment if they want it to not corrode. It gives you some more resistance. This version of the Ohio Power Bar, I don't know if they still sell this, I haven't seen it, but this is the stainless version with the Cerakote sleeves. So that's the next step up. This is very nice, very thin. It's going to feel almost like bare steel, but not quite. And then the most corrosive resistant is the stainless steel, which is this bar right here. This is stainless, this piece of it anyway. And that's going to be the least maintenance. Not that we don't maintain them, we obviously keep maintaining them, but that's going to give you your best shot if you're sitting in a garage or outside or wherever else where you might not have that climate control. They're very similar in sizes. There are very subtle differences. Again, you can look on the web page. I'm not sure it's worth us going over 1/4 of an inch here or there. And I will say that the Ohio bar is a little more customizable because I don't think you can E-coat the power bar. And you can E-coat the Ohio bar, and you can also, I believe, get it customized with lettering on your bar, which is super cool. Overall, you cannot choose wrong with these two bars. If you just want a general overview, a generalized bar that does everything, either of these will work. It kind of depends on your goals in the fitness world. But these are great, solid bars that will hold up for a long time, and hopefully you can pass on, to your kids.